Day after NCAAs, Iowa won its 24th title. Maybe not exactly the way everybody would want it to be. I think everybody would like to see a couple more champs on Saturday night, but it didn't happen. Tom did a post interview and it was pretty effective, in my opinion. He talked about feeling the joy in the moment.
You know, true joy in the team, and you saw it for sure out there, that some guys that were really, really hurting, but are also team-oriented enough to, there's real pure joy in celebrating with Spencer. And Spencer's an ornery guy. So he's having fun and talking, and, you know, they feed off that. You know, Warner was feeding off that. And so Spencer Lee healed a lot of hearts on our team that are very close friends and locker room mates, etc. Just by winning a wrestling match. I mean, that's important. He healed a lot of hearts just by winning a wrestling match. Good job.
I think that was quite a statement. Quite a statement. It's a statement about the status of our program and where we are. It's a evolution, so to speak. In my mind, it's an evolution. It's the ability to take the good with the bad, another Tom Brands quote, and realizing that you've achieved something exceptional, and it's been a long time. And I think for Hawk fans, it's important that we take a 10,000-foot view and look at this victory as the beginning, right? And how do we build off of this as a program, and not only as a program, but as a fan base? How do we support this team and this catalyst? You know, there's been an article about Caleb Young and coming and from Pennsylvania and being the beginning, and obviously Spencer Lee, Michael Kemmerer, Max Muir, a lot of these Pennsylvania guys. The list goes on.
Iowa's wanted this national championship for a decade. Did they need a Spencer Lee for this to happen?
They need a team, man. That's what they needed. You can't win a team title with just one guy. You know, even if I pinned every single opponent, you know, like most I can score is 30 points, and pretty sure we scored. You know, the second and third place teams are both almost above 100, right? I'm pretty sure. So you can't win it with one guy. You got to win it with a team. That's all that matters. It takes a team effort, man. What
makes this team special? And I think for an avid Hawkeye fan and supporter of the Hawkeye Wrestling Club and the program, I think a lot about how do we keep momentum? How do we keep momentum? So, I mean, the first thing I think anybody, if you're on social media and you're seeing all this positivity and energy, right? We had our first title in 10 years, is you've got to look at this program and you've got to believe in what they're doing and really buy in to the energy, the effort, the team, and believe in it and support it. And that's something I did about 2 years ago. I had a little more free time in my life, and I decided I was going to put some energy into the club, and I thought I had some skills I could add. And so I added those, and part of that was 84, which many of you know, and part of it is working for the Hawkeye Wrestling Club. But I want to stress, like, the number one thing that I gained right away when I joined the Hawkeye Wrestling Club was the energy and the belief. They truly support and believe in themselves and 100% value each other and the team atmosphere. And that's something that's contagious, and that's energy that I personally needed. And that's probably the biggest benefit I've gotten from being part of this group, is their truly unwavering positivity. And it's made me a believer. And I think that's a pretty great feeling to know that I have a team and a support group that I would do anything. And it made me really proud to see them win. So first thing you got to do is you got to believe. You got to believe and then be positive, right? So one thing wrestling has, I don't want to get into too many negative topics, but at times wrestling can be negative. So for me, running social media, it's a constant struggle. Every tweet you make, every post you make, you could make something negative, and I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. But with that being said, as a fan base, we have to be positive and support this team, not only believe in them, but support this team in a positive way, because that's the energy they're giving off. And that's the energy we should be feeling. And in my opinion, posting and putting out and displaying that this is what it's like to be part of the Hawkeyes. Everybody says Iowa's the greatest place to be and the greatest place to wrestle. Well, I want everyone to say Iowa's fans are the best fans. And everybody to say that and have it be abundantly clear, right? I mean, everybody wants to be a Hawkeye. Let's prove it why we're the best fan base out there. So to me, that's being active in social media, being positive on social media, and being truly the best fans we can and supportive fans. Next part is support, right? Obviously, the university supports the Hawkeye wrestling team. But, not only in your social media, there's clubs that support the Hawkeye wrestling team. One of those is the Hawkeye Wrestling Club. And it's a club that keeps postgraduate wrestlers around that help aid the current team become better wrestlers so we can win more national titles. And right now we're in a fundraising war. I mean, I know you guys have heard this before, but we're in a fundraising war with bigger clubs that are raising more money and they have endowments. So we work very hard at keeping membership, and that's one of the main things is inner circle donors. And what that is it's a recurring donation that you would give to the club on a monthly basis, just like a subscription, let's say. And in turn, part of that is you get access, some exclusivity, you get exclusive gear, which we don't give our gear out unless you come to an event or you're part of the inner circle. So it's important that you understand that, building the club is an essential part of Iowa winning national titles. And I can't stress that enough. And not only that, there's a great community of Hawkeye fans. If you're a Hawkeye fan and you want to be a bigger Hawkeye fan, being part of the inner circle is the way to do that. It is the way to support the club and then in turn, help us win more national titles. And if you look down the line, who's coming, right? We've got another year. This year was a free year. Next year, we're going to have some eligibility. But past that, we've got a ton of hammers that are coming into this club. And they're Hawkeyes. And they're national champions. And next year, hopefully, they're national champions. And we need to keep all of them here. And to me, that means we need to fill our coffers full of money to make sure these guys can wrestle. And that's all they need to do, wrestle and win, right? So that's kind of one of my goals of this video today, is just to talk about how do we keep supporting, how do we keep this energy going? Well, not only social media, not only believing, but it's also, if you have the ability, donating, right? It's channeling money into keeping this club active, which in turn will keep us winning national titles. And then another huge one is the Carver Circle, which is a university program right now. We're trying to build a new facility. We need to make sure Carver Circle is a priority. It is a huge, huge part of Iowa wrestling getting back on top. And I can't stress that enough. We get a new facility built, what we're going to see is a drastic uptick in recruits, right? We're going to see people that want to come here, not only because we're the best program, we're the most positive program, we have the most support, but we also have the best facilities. And we have an awesome facility now, but we could do better. And that's the whole point of Carver Circle. And at this point, it's a grassroots effort, and your support is needed. We need your help to help us get that facility. I mean, all these things haven't sold you. This is my last pitch here is the values. Wrestling spent a year talking about values, and we have a lesson, right? We did the We Are Wrestling videos. We did a lot of discussion about toughness. It's been an interesting year, right? And as being a wrestler myself, and a lot of the wrestlers out there know exactly what I'm about to say, is that and this is a Gable quote, once you've wrestled, everything else is easy, right? So perseverance is something we do. It's something we do inherently. It's this last year for us was really probably more about not losing your edge, right? It was about taking the opportunity and getting better than everybody else that was slacking off. So in my world, I did that. I lost weight. I started running. I mean, partly because I was going insane. It was important to me that I gained ground this year. And the same thing goes with all of the wrestlers out there. We took this opportunity to persevere and make the NCAAs happen, make all the dual meets happen, and to push forward and make you listen to anything Tom Brand says or anything any of the coaches say about Iowa wrestling. It's about accountability, man. It is about being the best you can as a human being, winning and doing the things it takes to win. That is a massive, massive skill set that anybody can get that in their arsenal. They're going to be great for the rest of their lives. Next is grit, right? Grit, that's talking about when you're down and you don't think you're going to win, or you get knocked on your ass. You got to get back up. You got to get back up. What's the quote? Fall down 7 times, stand up 8, right? It's about grit, right? Wrestling's grit. You got accountability, grit, perseverance. These are traits of Iowa wrestling. These are traits of our wrestlers. These are traits of our coaches. And if you believe in that, and if you think those things are important, then you've got to believe in this program and support this program. Because right now, we just got the national title back, and other programs are coming for us. And you can support us and help us get to where we need to be and keep winning. And keep winning. Next year, we got a great team arguably coming back. We have a great shot of winning. Then we got to reload. And you reload by bringing recruits in. And you reload by having the best fan base, the best social media message. And that's how we win again. Go Hawks.